Shalom. It is Sunday, September the 26th, I believe. So what am I up to in the kitchen today? I have in my pressure canner green beans.
Hi.
I have some green beans going in my pressure canner right now. It's 1 quart, 1.5 pint, and then 4 pints in there right now. So, but I want to run again because Todd uses a lot of lentils, so I'm going to be canning some lentils up. And there are a few recipes online for canning lentils safely. None of them are approved methods, so just so you know, they are not approved by the whoever does the approving. You can buy canned lentils, so if you can buy them canned, I'm going to make them. So, and I'm a little bit of a rebel in the kitchen, but I always I'm a rebel with a cause, because I know the politics that get played in the colleges and with the federal government and the private sector putting people on the board to determine, what experiments can be, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Trials in college is called brainwashing.
So anyway, they do the studies in the colleges. They do the studies in the colleges, and those are determined by the board, and they're funded by private parties. Private parties determine what's studied, and often will skew the results. I know, because I was taught how to do that in school. Yes, and I had to pay to learn how to cheat. Anyway, nevertheless, we're canning some lentils today. Now, everything that I found online said for regular green beans, brown beans, black beans, etc., they have to be pressure canned for an hour and a half. That's 90 minutes. But for lentils, they don't take quite as long because they're smaller, they're thinner. And I'm doing like mixed lentils, but they're like really, really, really tiny little lentils. And so they don't take as long to reach temperature inside the can, inside the pressure canner. So they're staying 75 minutes after it comes to temperature. So that's what I'm going to do today. So what I'm doing is I'm taking pint jars that have been pre-sanitized, and I'm putting 1 cup of lentils in each jar. And I've already got half of it done. Now, because these are starting off cold, lentils do not need to be pre-soaked. You can pre-soak your beans, which is what I do, but you do not have to pre-soak the lentils. They don't have to be pre-soaked. Just pop them in there cold, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the pressure canner come down to temperature, to room temperature, and change out the water. Let them come down to temperature, the pressure canner, and then put some fresh water in it so that it's cold and it can heat back up, that and the jars together. That seems to cause the least amount of siphoning that I have found. You do need to pre-wash your lentils. You do not need to soak them, but you definitely need to pre-wash them. Just like you will with your beans, wash them first. That's pretty common sense, I think. So this is actually something I'm not going to have to sit in here and babysit. I know that I bring my pressure canner up to temperature on a 5, and then I just need to come and check on it every 10 to 20 minutes to see if it's reached temperature, to see if I have the steam coming up, to see, and then set the timer for 10 minutes so that I come back in and put my, what's it called? Some kind of, I want to say poppycock, but it's not a poppycock. The little weight. I need to put the weight on there. So, I'll put the word in here that I was trying to think of. So, what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to use my pink Himalayan salt. And I don't know what happened to my measuring spoon. There it is. And I'm going to put how much salt? same amount for that you would for beans. Half a teaspoon for a pint, a teaspoon for a quart. So I have all pints, and they're going to get a half a teaspoon per. I actually have a teaspoon measuring spoon, so I'm just filling it halfway full. I see it. So, I was telling Kelsey earlier, when she gets in her mood where she's obsessing about things, she reminds me so much of the parable that Yeshua gives about the woman who continually goes to the king asking for something over and over and over and over again. So she finally wears the king down to where he actually gives her what she wants. And he says, through your much coming, you worried me. And I'm paraphrasing. I will put the quote in the description across the screen, but where it comes from, where the scripture is. But she still reminds me of that. When she gets to obsessing, she is just like, she will hammer that nail until it is like beyond flush with the wood, until she gets what she wants. She just keeps at it. And you know, there are so many times that we really need to increase our prayer life to where we are praying and praying and praying, even if it's the same thing that we're asking for. Just continually praying for it, and fasting and praying and fasting and praying and fasting and praying until Yahuah will answer our prayer one way or the other. He doesn't always give us what we need because what we ask for, because what we ask for isn't always what we need or what is best for us. So it's a little Bible lesson today. So now I've got the salt in here. I'm going to put some, fill it up with water, and lid these babies up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so these guys are all salted up and canned up and ready to go in the pressure canner for, once again, 75 minutes. And these have an hour and 4 minutes left on them. And then they get set aside so they can cool down. You let them cool down in the canner until the canner cools down, pressure releases. And you let them sit for about 10 more minutes, and then you can pop the top off away from your body, and then you can remove the cans. And then I will transfer the water out to cool the pot down, that kind of thing. And I'll be back when I get that done. Shalom. Guess what? It's the next day. And my face is sunburnt a little bit because I've been out there working in the sun, mowing the grass. Started at 7 o'clock this morning shoveling mulch and filling in the holes. So yeah, I've been out there for a while. I come in at 11 o'clock, so, and it's now 12:36. It's time for lunch, but I wanted to go ahead and close this video out so I can get it out on YouTube. So I just let these cool down. These are the lentils. I just let them cool down overnight, and I have not opened them. As you can see, this is still on there. So you get to see with me what the results were. Stay. Oh wow, those really filled up. Okay, you might need to use a little less than a cup of lentils. They look good though. They're sealed. There was a little siphoning because I can smell it, but it's not really strong. Why am I using this? I can just use my hands. So that looks really good. I would definitely use less lentils next time. The cup is just a little bit too much. Who knew those boogers expanded that much? I would use half a cup or 3/4 of a cup next time. But you know, hindsight's 20/20, right? So, yeah, there's a little siphoning in the water. Okay, there's some discoloration right here. That's not actually discoloration. I actually have a different lentil mix, and those are the French lentils, which look different. So, yeah, they absorbed almost all the water that was in there. The water level comes up to about right here. So they absorbed all of that water. There was a little siphoning, not a whole lot though. Yeah. Okay, if you get this white stuff right here with beans, any kind of beans, that's just starches. It's fine. It's safe. That's just where the starches have separated. Yeah, these look good. And they are all sealed, so I'm happy with that. Even though they did and you can see that almost half the jar is dry. That's okay. As long as it's sealed, it will still be preserved and good to use. So. And you're more than welcome to look up that information yourself if you don't trust me. That's fine. Because I am a little bit of a rebel, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, but yeah, these look really good. I'm pleased with that. Like I said, Todd uses about 1 can of those a week. And you know, if you think about it, just thinking about prepping in general, if you're just prepping for your family to get through the winter and until the crops start coming back in, you're looking at minimum 40 cans. If you use 1 can a week, you're looking at minimum 40 cans, maximum 52, possibly more. If you use more than 1 can a week, then you're looking at you're gonna have to add that to it. You're gonna have to multiply by the number of days that you use, and that's how you figure out what you need to preserve, basically. So anyway, I'm going to close out this video. Yahuah bless you and keep you and give you shalom. Until next time, Yah bless.